That's exactly what we want. Share get.
Exactly. And we will get there.
And we will. Yes, I've told people we are not here to prove anything to anybody. Okay, but to ourselves. That if we want something, let's work towards it and make it happen. It requires us to work for it, and we are ready to do that. And along the line, we will make mistakes, we will learn, we will rebuild on that. And it's not to impress anybody. Yeah?
No, we're not with nobody.
You're not in any competition with anybody.
Thank you, Mayego.
Thank you, sir.
My regards to your family.
And same to yours, sir. Thank you very much for stopping by. I have another caller on the line this time. Hello there.
General.
Hey, Mr. Taiwo. How are you, sir?
We're fine, though. Ekale.
Ekale, sir. Abeka son lodo in New Mexico. Yeah? I know.
To pass some information from the registry of Yoruba Union.
Okay. Do you want to share it publicly with us? I mean, like, is that something for all of us? Okay.
But I want everybody, so I just want to get your approval before I go on.
Oh, you are asking me in public. People are now going to say, Mayego, what do you mean that I can't say it here? Yeah. If you know that it is convenient to be shared publicly like you would like to, yeah, you have my permission, please.
It is. And number one, I want to tell everybody that in Yoruba Union, we have understood Nigeria.
Yes, we have.
Perfectly. And we don't want to go Nigerian way. We know the suffering of our people. We also know the kind of nation-destroying attitude that Nigerians, even the Yorubas, they have put on. I'm talking about abusing privileges, destroying future today. But that's what has been happening. Nigeria man that is how it has been. So Yoruba Union is going to be a systematic and a principled union. Our goal is to get a nation that the Yoruba will come and serve us. I have seen it, and it will come to reality. Yoruba.
That's true.
Are you with me, sir?
Solidly, sir. I'm following you.
I want to appeal to our people. We are having a system in Yoruba Union. We want to lift our people, lift the children, lift family out of suffering. But I want to appeal to everybody. We are going to operate as a system.
Yes.
So let anybody in Yoruba Union desist from reaching out to individual in Yoruba Union seeking assistance. Right. If you need any help, reach out to the leadership. We don't want anything even on our general platform. We have admin. Reach out to the admin. And finally, before I go, also, anybody who is a member of Yoruba Union, if anybody reaches out to you for assistance, don't do it solo. Don't do individual assistance. Reach out to the system. Reach out to the leadership. We will verify. We will do everything. And through this, we will be able to make progress. We have started now. We don't want to derail. And we don't want to give room for any abuse. We are ready to lift up one, and we are ready to lift up our Yoruba brothers and sisters. And I trust God to help us. General, I want to thank you.
Thank you very much.
Finally,
go on.
Finally, before I go, we have appealed to everybody in Yoruba Union. Let's come to the Telegram. We have a lot to do. And I want to say this finally. Everybody coming to Telegram, let us know ourselves. Put your photo in your profile page and use your official name.
Your real name.
Because we are going to verify everybody and we will leave general platform. Thank you, General. God bless us. We are moving on.
Amen. Thank you so much, Mr. Taiwo. Yeah. There is this, Yoruba Union is becoming something of a community, or it is already a community. I don't know why I used the word is becoming. But gradually and gradually, yeah, our intention is to make sure that the Yorubas who are in Yoruba land and the Yorubas who are in the diaspora, we connect and link everybody together and make it a small community, but with a huge, what do you call it? Family sort of a bond stuff. You are there, you can meet anybody. It doesn't matter how rich anyone is. I mean, when you join Yoruba Union, we treat ourselves equally. Do you get that? And that is why we said, if you find yourself on that platform, don't start tapping people's contacts, okay? Taking them and going privately to ask them for help. That's harassment. If you are not a member of that platform, you won't have access to their information in the first place. Possibly you will never have it. Now, that you are a member of the platform, going behind to pick on people, right, is more or less like harassment, extortion. So we decided that if you want to do anything, if you need any support as a member of the union, right, you don't have to pick on anybody. Just check one of those admins and reach out to them. And any admin or anybody who is being reached out to should not do it personally. Don't try to help anybody personally. You will drain yourself. And we don't want that to happen to anybody in Yoruba Union, okay? People can take advantage of people. We know that. That's what Mr. Taiwo was saying, abusing privilege, abusing opportunity. We want this to go round. We want this opportunity and then the advantage to be shared equally. All you have to do is just do it rightly, okay? Get to us. We can table your situation among ourselves. We now have leadership. You won't believe it. Yeah, we do. We have leadership cut across everywhere now. We met today, and this particular point was raised today. And we said, okay, anybody who need any assistance or whatever you, you should know the channel to follow. And if you are a member of the Telegram, it won't be difficult for you to find out what we are saying. Don't pick on anybody. It can get you dismissed. And I don't like that. Ken, sorry for keeping you waiting.
Okay, my good general.
How are you?
How are you? Fine. Are you?
I am very well, thank you. Just trying to make up the rest of the night before everybody goes to bed. So you listen to the part where I, especially my rider, and I wanted people to know that the reason why they are watching this video from the beginning was because I saw the propaganda that people can say is fake news, it's propaganda, but it's more than that. There is already ongoing religious attention, religious incitement, tribal incitement, and all of this. This is not just fake news; it's intentional.
It's not just,
and I pointed it out here.
It's not fake. It's not fake news. That tape, that leaked tape we played yesterday, it's not fake. It is not. It is not fake. It is real. It is true. Yeah, that tape was true. Because even when the person who recorded it, he did it. He did it in such a way that he was not compromising himself. So that tape was true. And every other even before I move into that, first of all, let me thank you guys for your Yoruba Nation. But there's something I'm missing out here. I've been trying to transfer something using one of my accounts back home in Nigeria.
Oh, in Nigeria, your Nigerian account. In fact, let me put up the details of that account for those who might want to write it down. If you are willing to support us and support what we are doing, especially through your Nigerian account, that's detail on the screen. But yeah, continue, Ken, please.
Yeah, please, because I've been scrambling since this morning trying to do that. But each time I go into your platform on YouTube, I was thinking maybe I might be able to see it there and then get it done. But to God be the glory, I got hold of you, so I will do that as soon as
that's brilliant. So I am going to, for those who are asking me for the link, those who wants to use the PayPal, Cash App, as well as the Give Send Go, all the links are on your screen, okay? You can type them in. I'll copy some and drop them in the comment section. But Ken, sorry for using your time to make all that, okay? Yeah, go ahead, please, with yours. Go on.
So, Michael, like we've been talking about, is that the season is continuing. The season of the chaotic
is upon us. So campaign don't last yesterday. Now it's going to be war for war, buying for buying, attack. Go on.
Yeah. So you saw I think your program yesterday. You were talking about the series of attacks, the obedient people here in Lagos. So and then one of the team member that is one of the team member actually is a friend of mine. Happened to go to the same school with me those days. was telling me when I was asking him after your program. That I asked him, I said, this was what I want, this and that. He said, yes, it's true. It happened. That is, it was even much more. That's just one side. That there was another attack somewhere in Adeniji, Adele,
everywhere. I said,
area.
see, if I should show video of the attacks, you probably won't be watching me tonight because they are so bloody. So bloody. I have them. Like people people blood dripping like that. Like open wound though, because they put hand on the window, they slice their hand.
Jesus.
I get video. God. I don't just I don't feel share them. They'll say graphic, this
graphic,
social media, what have you. Sure you get, it was horrible.
I understand.
Horrible.
So he said that the attack was almost simultaneous because they knew that they were going to do that rally. So the whole thing was already planned prior to before they started the rally that yesterday. So that by the time they started the rally, the whole thing was very chaotic. That was where they were getting pockets of information about what was going on at each strategic area. Then you recall when I told you about the friend of mine too, the one that is an APC guy. He's an APC friend of mine. They went to Abuja to do their rally. Guess what? When he came back, I was not questioning him. I said, look at what your people are doing here in Lagos, and at the same time, the one that has to do with them. What was that thing? I'm trying to remember again. That the rally and the cutting and the attack. He said, no, that's not any APC. That is just among them, this and that. I said, you see this propaganda? This is the propaganda. I keep saying that you guys are not truthful. Those who attack those obedient people are APC because you guys now are freaking out. You are freaking out. You are not certain. And then, how the heck is it that the same Lagos you guys are boasting using as campaign?
Like, why are you worried? Why are you threatening people? Exactly. It should be your fortress. It should be impenetrable. You should have that confidence that people are always going to pay back. But if you have to tell us that you are good, probably you are actually, if you have to tell us repeatedly that you are a good person, good, I'm doing so well, I've done so well. Maybe.
Do you know what he confessed to me? Do you know what that particular is? That it's SCG or what do they call it?
Yeah.
It's an SCG. This is my friend I'm telling you about. You know what he confessed? Let me say it on this platform for everybody to hear. That their greatest fear and problem now is because of the beavers. That because now the beavers are whereby they cannot those rigging aspects whereby they carry ballot box and fill it up with voter information or what have you. Hello?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Hello?
Ken, loud and clear. I'm still here. Yeah.
Hello?
Oh, Ken, can you hear me? Hello, Ken.
Hello?
Yeah, I mean, I can hear you. I don't know what happened. Can people hear me? Oh, sorry, Ken. I lost Ken there. So I'm going to take another one and see maybe something is wrong with my own microphone. Hello there.
Sorry, Ken. I lost it.
Yeah, good evening, MG.
Hey, Baba, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Brilliant. Something happened to your line, Ken. Okay, I hope I get you back. So, sir, I have you. Are you alive? How are you?
Thank you, MG. My name is Akin Olafiri at the same time.
That's right.
I've been trying to get hold of you for some few months, but as usual, busy. And I thank you for members of Temple of Truth.
Thank you, sir.
For everything that you have been doing. And one thing I want all of you to know is that whatever you sow today, you will repeat tomorrow.
That's right.
If it's not for you, it will be for your children. I was watching these children today, and since this thing has begun, and then I can see the joy, I can see surprise, I can see elevation of spirit, I can see people having, some of them looking tomorrow, that tomorrow is going to be great for them.
Something like hope.
And these are the
this brightness, shining light in their eyes that shows that they believe that tomorrow will actually be good. I mean, I'm following you, sir. Go on.
Yeah. So these are the things because I could remember when I was young and they gave all these free textbooks during the Awolowo regime, the free education. I can see tomorrow then, and thank God, here I am today.
Look at you.
And these are the things I'm seeing these children. And whatever we are doing to them, I believe one of these days they will stand up and will remember my Gundari. They will remember Yoruba Union.
That's
they
right,
will
sir.
be praying, and they will continue from there. Because a legacy that you lay down, definitely somebody will stand up tomorrow and will defend that flag. That is what I can just say about that.
God bless
and
you.
Secondly,
You can see that future too, and that is why they told us that we must remain consistent with what we are doing. We must galvanize it by bringing more and more and more people of like mind in Yoruba land together. If they can see it and they want it done, like you said, we can actually make that hope and dream real for those children. And they're not the only one. There are millions of our people that need that. They need that message of hope. They need something that they can indeed say, yeah, at least we have something else than what we have been offered. And we will make that happen, sir. We will. We will do our best. We'll continue and continue until we get that number of many of us who are going to make this happen. And that's my own mission, by the way, getting everybody to get on board wherever you are, whoever you are, wherever you are in the world. When you hear that word Yoruba, and then the Yoruba Union sounds like an invitation, you will get something to do. From that same Yoruba land. And somehow, we all want the best for wherever we come from in that Yoruba land. The union will make that happen by rebuilding this community this way. Commitment, what people want. Let's get insane. So if you can sustain it, sir, I am positive. We can make that hope and that expectation. We can bring it to life. It is possible, I believe.
Yeah, Mayigon.
Sir.
You see, when I was watching Princess, giving those words of encouragement, enlightenment, and a future, giving them hope that there's a light. We are just like a beacon. We are just like a light in the midst of darkness. You know, when you are in the dark and you are looking for a way out, when you see a light far away, people will go towards that light. And that is what this message is all about, what Princess is giving, and what the Yoruba Union, and what every one of us here who are contributing by words, by action, in financial aid, and in whatever you are giving, you are not giving it for free.
No.
My brother, I keep saying this thing, whatever you sow, you will reap.
God bless you, Baba.
So, secondly, sir,
yes, sir.
About this attack on Labour Party at the Eco Bridge. You see, the way I see the street urchins, these Agberos, it's a calculated and systematic attack using politics as a way of defending their jobs. They know that when a good leader comes in, definitely there will be Oweda. Definitely there will not be all this money jagbas. Take this by force, using force to take money from people. And people
you know what he told them, sir? You know what he told them? It was like, if I lose, you all lose. Oh. And that's why they will put all their line, do all dirty things, because according to them, if they save him, they are saving themselves. I'm following you, sir.
Exactly. So you can see some of them, they don't have any other means of income.
No.
Just like what I said some times ago about when I was in 90s, when I was in Lagos at Oshodi, and I saw these small children between the ages of 8 to 10 to 15 under the bridge, on top of the bridge, sleeping there. These are the same children that grew up to be street urchins, Agberos, no do well, because the education, the foundations they're supposed to give to those people have been swallowed by all these
from the word go.
Hooligans. by these political hooligans who call themselves a leaders of stupidity, a leaders without a direction, a devilish leaders who now metamorphose to be what they are now. So now they are pressing everybody down, pushing everybody to the corner, that you don't have a choice than for you to come and beg. The moment you start begging, then they've taken away your privilege, they've taken away your pride, they've taken away your freedom, they've taken everything away from you. So that is why some of the time I don't blame all these people collecting 4,000, 5,000 naira. And at the end of the day, because they have no choice, they have been beaten to submission. If you can imagine a dog put in a shackle and put in a cage, at the end of the day, it's what the owners give that they will take. Do you understand what I'm saying?
True, sir.
So this is the level they
and that's
want.
Why we say that it's like a social conditioning. All these things didn't happen by accident. It's not by anything. It's by the making, by the arrangement of those who are supposed to prevent all of this. So they intentionally position everybody, box everybody to that corner. Listen, your head is just slightly above the water and you think you are better off. Meanwhile, you know that under that water, a lot of problems that Nigeria is throwing at everyone is drawing you. It wants to drown you and get your head under that water. This is the life they created. Therefore, if they position themselves as saviors, oh, I will save you now. I don't want you to drown. See all those ones that are drowned. They are drowning in where the problem we have created for all of you, right? Okay, let's save you now. We are the savior. I get that. We call it weaponization of the poverty. Weaponization of everything they intentionally make happen to their own advantage. It's sad. Only if people know. Sir, and thank you.
Sorry. For the last one about this politics, I dropped a message for you on the 4th of February where Mr. Kolu was calling, did you love me? Do you love me?
Yeah.
If you love me, go and take your APC. And the man was shaking like a jellyfish on the top of that thing there.
I know, sir.
Go and take your APC, and you must vote. You must vote that noise. I'm coming back.
That's the video. I got it. Do you love me? Go and take your then APC. He didn't even say PVC at the end, though. He said APV, then he said APC. Vote. Listen again.
Do you love me? Do you love me? Go and take your APC.
You get that, eh? I mean, I'm sorry that I'm just saying that, but I've seen the video a long time ago anyway. So yeah, that's the video you sent me. I had to play the audio because I cannot play it right away. Yeah. See that situation.
It's a rib cracking, and there's nothing more than what I can call this thing circus show. What they call these people when they appear on the stage and they put on different what they call them again.
Which one?
You know that when they come on stage, they paint their face and they started.
You mean the song? There's a popular one, oh. When they want to come on stage, they are like with Jagaba Shinegava, Jagaba. Or which one are you saying?
You know, they always put on something like a mask, and they will come on stage. They try to
wearing everybody else. Actors now. Remember, I've said it many times that Nigerian politicians are actors. If you want them to be Muslims, right? They can act to be a Muslim. They can act to be Christian. They can act to be cleric who read Quran. They can act like somebody where we say, Jerusalem, Holy Spirit called them. They can act anything just to fit into whatever message they want you to receive. Have you forgotten this one? People were there that should feel insulted, oh, Baba. They were those trying to help him. Remember this.
Alhamdulillah. 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 Alhamdulillah.
That's a legit Tifnumbu. But did you hear all those who are supposed to feel like, why waiting they happen? They are helping him to complete what he had to say. Whatever money cannot do, sir, more money will do it. That's what we heard from the legend.
Sir? That's a clown. It's a clown, and I cry for my beloved country. I cry for people that are going to suffer from the
victims of this whole thing.
The snowball of this thing, because it's going to be like a cracker shot into the sky, and when it's falling, a lot of people are going to reap from it.
As
because
they say,
the majority of these people.
I see,
you see, I just pity my people and people that are just campaigning for this guy. I have a brother like that in America. I don't want to mention his name, but it's one of the presidential campaign of all these things. And I told him, it's our Olubi, and I always say, with all your years and your professor in America, why you do
education, exposure, and all that?
So anyway, they always, like what you said, we all have our own this thing. So whatever it is, yes, I cry for my beloved country. And one thing somebody said to me some time ago, when you know where you are going, then you don't allow anything to distract you. That is, if you listen to the rattling. If you listen to the rattling of an ant, you will never get anywhere in the world. So don't let us listen to the rattling of these ants. We know them. But once you know where you are going, and you put all your efforts and hope in it, with prayer, dedication, perseverance, and endurance, definitely you will get there.
I believe too. And if we hold hands, if all of us hold hands, buoyed by our determination to make a difference in our, own land, Yoruba land, on all facets of life. Sure, you get I believe that we will move mountain. I kind of believe it, and we are just at the building stage right now, so we are not in any competition with anyone. But like you said, everybody should be able to please, be responsible for every action or decision you make in your life, including the one you are going to make now. We have chosen what we think is best for us. We work around it, bring it to fruition. Can the rest of these guys please be responsible for all the choices they are going to make? Because when the consequences start coming back, we don't want them pointing fingers. Remember. So let me take another call before we call it.
Thank you, Marigo.
Thank you so
much. My regards to Princess and for the words of encouragement she gave to those children. I'm blown up. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Sir. And you too. She's listening and she's hearing us. I have another caller. My caller, do you mind giving me just 1 minute? Let me just quickly change switch my power channel so that it doesn't go off on us, okay? Stay on the phone and I will be back in a minute or two. So please, if you don't mind, I'm going to be back in a minute or two after changing this and I'll continue with the call, okay? Don't go anywhere. And you can use that to like the broadcast, share it if you haven't, and then we can continue from where I'm stopping now, okay? I'll be back.
And we are competing with armed robbers and the bandits to recruit from the youths who are unemployed. 33% unemployed. Recruit 50 million youths into the army and take away from their recruitment source. What they will eat? Cassava, agbado, corn, and the morning, yam in the afternoon. It's growing here.
You better go and start getting your uniform. Let them measure you for Jagaban Army. You have 2 weeks left. Everybody go the line up for the camp right now. There you create boot camp for them. You give them Gasara, Gari, Agbado, and Ewa. Hello there, caller. How are you, sir?
Baba.
Sir, how are you?
Hello.
Yeah, loud and clear.
Ekale, sir.
Ekale.
Ekale, sir.
Baba kí la ṣe fún yín Nàìjíríà láti tó kẹ́sìn true by máa di gan. First time caller sir.
Thank God pé finally you know what, persistent, persevere, because I've been seeing pé think pé látẹ̀ nǹkan yẹn, right? And finally you actually got it.
As in,
Gba mi máa ń dàbí ìjọba ọ̀run ni o. Again, àwọn kan wà tó ní
going to three, going. Hey, hello sir.
Yes sir.
My Baba, going
Loud
to
and
3
clear,
years now. We man try. Going to 3 years now. We man try. We came in out here.
3 years. Finally, 2023. My dad nìyẹn dẹ̀.
Going to find. Yes, sir.
2023.
Mo ti ń comment yín náà pé. Hello, sir.
Yeah, I'm with you, Baba. Go on.
Hello. Link Telegram yẹn.
Yes, sir.
Àwọn tá ní link yẹn pọ̀ láti ẹni lọ́wọ́ so mi mo bẹ̀ ṣe lè bá mi ṣe bí ẹ lè bá mi send
nǹkan tí máa
link
ṣe ń sìn ní pé nǹkan tí máa ṣe ń sìn ní pé mo máa lọ copy link yẹn bá ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí, yeah? So bẹ́ẹ̀ iná bá ṣe wá kúrò lórí bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ṣe kúrò lórí kí ló ti ń pè lórí call yìí, yeah? Kẹ́ lọ wo comment section yẹn either lórí Facebook o àbí lórí YouTube o ṣe get ń sìn link yẹn máa wà ń bẹ̀. Meanwhile àwọn èèyàn kan máa bá mi post link yẹn náà ẹ jọ̀ọ́ anybody tó bá ní link yẹn to the Telegram 200,000 èèyàn la lè gbà síbẹ̀ as member. Àìtí ìwọ 1,000 yet. We are just almost 800. So let everybody come on board. You are all welcome. So yeah, I'll copy that, Baba. Go on, eh?
Okay. I shake on, sir. Good night, sir.
Beautiful. Good night, too. Thank you so much. So, to everyone, Mr. Taiwo, if you are still watching, eba me drop a link here, no comment here. It mean wabi moshima copy and be one multitask. You understand? So, thank you so much to all my callers, those who have called so far. Sorry if it seems like I'm just like, this is me trying to take into consideration what that my caller request they just made. And meanwhile, I received a message from a member who just told me that they have made use of this account number on the screen and they have contributed or donated the 50,000 into that account. I know a lot of you are also making use of that as we speak. Thank you. I've received 30 pounds on PayPal as we speak as well. And also, I have seen about 2 people who have also made use of the Give Send Go. So thank you. Most importantly, we need Naira cash. So if you have any cash that you, disposable cash they are called, in your Naira account, you can give them to us before Nigeria steal them from you. I'm talking about majority of you are not in Nigeria right now. And your account is just one of those accounts that the system in Nigeria will continue to milk. Because you are not there, but they will be milking it until there's nothing in it. You can give us that. It will make a lot of difference and changes, I would say. And we appreciate everybody who has been turning up as well. I am planning to raise the funds this week so that we can juggle that together and give to this team doing all our work back home. Fix that truck that got spoiled. That crashed their truck. And so many other things we are planning to do behind the scene as well. A lot of people are working a lot. They are working their asses off to make sure that what we want to do with the Yoruba Union is done credibly. It's done perfectly and it's done legally too. Okay, I just wish I could tell you everything at once. I would just be letting the cat out of the bag anyway. There's so much beautiful things that people, beautiful ideas, beautiful people, good, kind-hearted people, Yorubas, amazing people that are willing to really, really help. Let me tell you some of them, right? We are going to get to a stage whereby the level of shipment that will be going to Yoruba land from the Yorubas across the world will surprise you. It will surprise all of us too when these whole things, when these whole packages will start arriving in Yoruba land. There are thousands of bags, gifts, items, and all that people want to send back home purposely for the young Yorubas, the children in Yoruba land, the women, the men, the people of Yoruba land, where we're going to establish a contact. You have no idea. Do you want me to tell you something? despite the fact that we haven't done the final report on our back to school program project, there are members of the Yoruba Union leadership, right, currently, that have already started adopting some children from those schools. Honestly, somebody just adopted one of the families of a child that we met in the school. Okay, so for the next 6 months, a year, this family will be receiving a special support from a member of the union that is going to make it part of his own responsibility now. A lot of people are already asking, is Yoruba Union going to develop a template that will make it easier for Yorubas around the world to adopt some of these families? When we say adopt family, it simply means that you will be there to provide support for any family you choose to assist on the platform of the Yoruba Union. So we want to make that easier enough that any of us can pick them. Or I will be giving this family 50,000 naira every month, or I'll be providing the education support for their children up to the so level. These are going to be established, and then these contracts are going to be brought to reality. And I'm saying this to you because these are things that people are asking, that can they do it? Does Yoruba Union have a plan or a process where they can reach out to these children or these families and all of them in Yoruba? I said, well, you're going to see a lot of them. We're going to make you see what is going on in Yoruba land. We're going to connect you with them. The story and the faces, you're going to see them. So a system that makes that easier and not abused, because people do abuse things sometimes, where the real people who are supposed to benefit from them are never benefiting. You know what I mean? So we want to make sure that the system we are putting in place, like Mr. Taiwo said, is like a country, a system that you can scrutinize, probe, and indeed check all the time. You can monitor, you can track, and you need to meet some of these amazing people who are building these ideas behind the scene, right? It's great, and it's all for Yoruba nation. Let the Yorubas in Yoruba land, let them see reason why it is a good thing. It is not a bad thing for them to demand, right? For a self-determination, self-rule, autonomous region, an independent country. There is no crime in that. But Nigeria has made it look so bad that they are criminalizing self-determination in Nigeria. We don't want our people to become victims of miseducation, victims of misinformation, which are all simply because of the political gains of those who are there in Yoruba land. So we need a lot of orientation, not just telling them what to do. We want to show them. I told you, we will show Yorubas, the real Yoruba sons and daughters, the real Yorubas who are the victims of Nigeria, the real ones that they will tell you that whatever they tell them to do is what they will do. These are the people who impoverish them. These are the people who terrorize them. But they still turn around and say, it's whatever we tell them to do, they will do. We'll tell them what to do, and that's exactly what they will do. Really? In Yoruba land, you might actually have to get yourself prepared for what is coming, because you have no idea. The moment an average Yoruba realizes how much he's been used, and they continue to use him simply because those who are using him are Yorubas. They used him. They used those before him. They are not going to use his own children. If we make them realize how much a generational loss this have been for the Yorubas, it has stunted our growth. Look at us. Look at the charlatans who are leading us. Look at what Nigeria is doing to us. And look at the level of misinformation to the point that the Yorubas are happy. Yorubas are happy that Yorubas are being killed by the Nigerian government simply because they assembled demanding for an independent Yoruba nation in Yoruba and Yoruba land. And in Nigeria, Yorubas are celebrating that they are killed or arrested, humiliated. That is because of misinformation, miseducation that has pervaded our land for so long. To change all of this is going to go beyond just talking on social media. We need to meet them one-on-one. Surprisingly, or also, unsurprisingly, they are so happy to see us. We realized that the only thing they sell to our people in Yoruba land is fear. Just like to other people, other indigenous people across Nigeria, they spread fear. Divide and rule, divide and conquer. We know all of this. But we realize that only divided people are conquered. Only divided people are controlled. But if the people actually knows the purpose of their own existence, if they see the real support from those who understand why they are doing this to them, the table will turn. And when it does, trust me, you won't even have to explain anything to anybody in Yoruba land why Yoruba needs to be a nation out of Nigeria anymore. They will demand for it. They will get it. And nobody, no human, no mortal will be able to stop them when the force of the people rises. I'm talking about people who are well informed, people who are now like they have purpose. What happened to them or those before them? Those who want to reject that should never happen to their own, to those who are coming after them. If that becomes the weapon, then you understand the day I told you that when the people are ready, the people's will is more powerful, stronger than whatever weapon that any human being has casted or created or manufactured in this world. People's will is stronger than iron. People's will is weightier than tons of that hawk or Tucano or Tuscano or whatever jet or any other thing, weapons created by man. When the people's will rises for the right purpose, they will be unstoppable. I want to be part of those who drive that. It's a work that I've told people in Yoruba Union that if you want this to happen, you would have to invest your time, your resources, your energy, your everything. You have to make this your life. And when I say that, I meant it. And I'm so happy that so far so good we are getting the dedicated people, committed people, already coming up, just running their ideas. What can we do? How can we get this right there into our people? We've discovered how, okay? And if you are laughing at us now, you may not be laughing for too long. Trust me, you won't be laughing for too long. And I enjoy it when they underrate you. I love being called the underdog. I love being looked at and say you are nothing until you become something that they will want to extend. And they will realize that it's not going to be that easy. Look at the obedience. This anger, rage, and resentment against the system, the brutality, the killings, the bloodbath that have followed this APC for 7 years. Man, the bottled anger and frustration that you all know about is about to explode. Now people are saying they are hungry. They are hungry. How can these people, they are so rude, they are insulting, they are bullies? Are you joking? These are victims of a rotten system. These are the survivors of a broken system that kills our own people. Nigerian system kills our own people. They are victims. They are survivors of those. How dare you trying to become somebody who will dictate how they should react or what they should fight for? Yes, you might be laughing at them or still willing to laugh at them, but you will know that rather than laugh at them, what you are seeing around today is what you are seeing around today are tears. Tears of those who are supporting a system that impoverished the people, killed the people, terrorized the people. They are tears that whatever has happened to Nigeria, whatever the worst things that these guys have done to Nigeria, they are telling you that you should be more worried about the victims, the survivors of the system, the obedient. They want you to be more worried about them. They believe that if they have their way, Nigeria is going to explode. Not what these criminals have done. It's called reverse psychology. They do that all the time. They say the devil you know is better than the angels you don't know. So according to them, get used to this devil. Same way they are telling our people, get used to this devil called Nigeria. There are people that will tell you, no, we're not going to get used to it. We're going to do something about it. We're going to end it. You can laugh at them from the start, but you will likely not be laughing for too long. I believe that because I've seen it. A lot of you are now telling us about the obedience, disobedient that. A lot of you have been asking for a time where people will rise up against this rotten system, corrupt establishment, only for the rest of you to rise up and start throwing stones at those who rise against the rotten system that all of you condemn for so long. Your hypocrisy stinks. Of course, we just don't want you to use your desperation. Your desperation that those you thought are nothing are giving you sleepless nights. We don't want you to use this, your frustration, your hypocrisy, to start a tribal war, to ignite a religious war. Because when you start them, they are not going to be limited to those who are Christians or Muslims, those who are Northerners or Southerners. Everybody will have to share in this. And if telling people what this is, for what it is the least I can do in telling you that Nigeria is not worth it. Nigeria is not worth it. But I may not be able to convince you. I've chosen my own path, and I have my own disciples who are also ready, brethren, in this temple, who believes that we will do more than talking. And that's why you are seeing what you saw. There are so many other things that are also in the pipeline. That's us doing what they call the walking the talk. We have talk and talk and talk and talk. It is time for us to walk the talk. So if you laugh at us now, you are likely going to be begging us in a few months' time and be telling us that we should be fighting for one Nigeria simply because you likely see the sign that we will have the capacity to demand for Yoruba nation and get it. Because it won't be just us speaking on behalf of the people. It will be the people themselves speaking out. How are we going to do that? Just watch us. Watch. You want to laugh? Laugh now. But you won't be laughing for too long. Take that to the bank. And thank you. Once again to everybody. I wish I could take more calls. I know some calls are coming in as well. I'm going to see you some other time. Thank you so much for spending your evening with me again, as usual. Join me again next time. And then until then, remember, don't leave without liking that video, without sharing it, without subscribing. I will see you again when I see you. So good night from here.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Mayegun dayari political. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bíjó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Mayegun máa wí. Àní àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lérí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀gọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ̀lú ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.